Welcome to Inside the Ring, boxing's official show of record, and let's face it, your favorite show. It's your favorite show. I'm your host, Max Kellerman. Joining me to my right, making his first appearance as a contributor on the show, a pound-for-pound fighter and #1 ranked welterweight in the world by Ring Magazine, meaning the #1 welterweight in the world, Devin the Dream Haney. How you doing, Devin? Good to have you here.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm happy to be here.
To my left, the man who just can't seem to get along with anyone, Ring Magazine senior insider and public enemy #1, Mike Coppinger. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, you know who I get along with?
Getting on my nerves
Devin
already.
Haney, that's who I get along with.
You just got on my nerves already. As soon as you said, hey, immediately. And to Mike's left, the man who will be conducting Mike Coppinger's employee review, his employee performance review, the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine,
Thank you, Doug.
and Mike Coppinger's
I don't
boss.
think you suck.
Thank you, Doug.
All right.
Yeah, Doug Fisher. All right, guys, time for the lead hook. We start with, oh, look at that, Devin Haney and Rolly Romero. Got Devin right here in studio for the whole show, so why not? After a back and forth on Twitter with Rolly, Devin, is this a done deal? Are you going to be fighting Rolly? What can you tell us at this moment?
Yeah, I can't say that it's a done deal yet. We're working on it. I think that it's very likely that it will happen. I think that it's a good fight for boxing. A chance for me to pick up another belt, beat the guy who beat Ryan, and move up higher on the pound-for-pound list, and just show how great I really am.
Yeah, I mean, guys, we have Ryan Letts here. Let's have an honest discussion about this whole situation. Rolly, I mean, of course Shady isn't here today, who always gets on Rolly whenever his name is brought up. But look, he is not the most skillful fighter in the world. However, he has a way, as all successful fighters do, of landing his shots. And he's got he got bricks in his hands, right? He's a heavy-handed guy. And Devin, we have seen you dropped before, right? So before I even get to you, not to talk about you as though you're not here, how dangerous is this a fight for Devin Haney, a guy who can make it ugly?
It's interesting because if you compare Devin with Rolly in terms of natural talent, ring intelligence, skill, technique, everything
different
edges
class
towards Devin. Devin has the advantage. But when you talk about styles, Rolly is unorthodox. Rolly is awkward, and we've seen in the past where an unorthodox fighter, because
you're going to bring it up. I know where you're going.
Versus Ricardo Mayorga.
I knew it.
And Sergio Mora.
Doug, you and me. I got it.
Both Mayorga and Mora had unorthodox styles. They didn't work off their jabs. They didn't necessarily move in the right directions. But there's a method to their madness, and they were world-class fighters. And on the best night of their professional careers, they were able to upset an elite boxer, a pound-for-pound level boxer in Vernon Forrest. So we've seen it happen.
All right, this is like maybe your favorite fighter. Oh, does this guy love you? The only guy, I think I know why. It's because you're the only guy who likes him. He finally found a friend. Go ahead. What do you think about this fight?
I mean, look, Rolly Romero, I think he's underrated. He can really punch. I remember being ringside for his fight a couple of years ago in Texas, and you can feel those punches from ringside. I mean, especially at 135. But I think at 147, you see his lower body's gotten a lot bigger. He looks stout against Ryan Garcia, and he is awkward. It's tough to fight Rolly Romero, but Devin Haney, I think his jab is too good, his footwork, his fundamentals. I think Devin Haney outboxes Rolly, grabs another title, and then hopefully sets up the fight we really want to see, which is the Ryan Garcia rematch.
Do you like Rolly, or is he nice to you also?
I like Rolly.
Okay, all right, good, just been. All right, Devin, before I want to have a conversation with you about this also, but first, I would like your thoughts about what they have said so far.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with him. He has a very awkward style, and that's what makes it hard for guys to beat him. And that's where we see that Ryan had a lot of trouble with him, just because he just didn't know how to adjust to his awkwardness. But this is a fight where I go in there and I have fun and I show how good I really am. I think that with a guy like Rolly, I'm able to showcase a lot more in my arsenal. I'm able to bring out a lot more tools and really open up on him.
You're one of these guys who occasionally I see it. You see a guy in a lighter weight class. You know he's athletic, you know he's good, but he's starving himself to make the weight. It's clearly not the most effective he's been. And then he moves into what I would call his natural weight class. You might get bigger than this, but I have a feeling I'll look back at your career and say, Devin was in his prime at welterweight. That's where you look to me like you're at your best right now. And when he gets there, you're like, oh, okay, that's what he can do. And I think you're there now. But I was critical of your performance against Norman, because over the first half of the fight, it's like, I'm thinking I'm going to come on this show and just rave about Devin.
Yeah.
And over the second half of this fight, like in other sports, it's called you're playing to sit on a lead, right? Mm-hmm. A prevent offense or defense, right? And what winds up happening is you stop boxing. So you were tying him up, and he was tying you up too, I understand. But you weren't doing what you were doing in the first half of the fight.
I think that if you really go back and watch the fight, I think that he did a lot more tying up than what you would think he did.
Okay. Do you think you fought the second half of the fight the way you fought the first?
No. I think that, I fought a more disciplined fight in the second half. Because I knew that he was getting desperate. I heard him in the first half of the fight. So, he was playing catch up, and from that point on, so I had a good lead. And do I think that I could have stepped on the gas a little bit more? Of course. But it's all experience.
Now I want to get to the nuanced part of this, okay?
Yeah.
Because now we have the fight with Rolly, right? And you're a really smart fighter in the sense that it's like, I'm going to fight in a way that just makes it hard for the other guy to win. This is an athletic competition, and if I'm up a certain number of rounds and I tie you up, tough. A lot of fighters have done that, right?
Well, I just don't want to run that tie-up narrative because
you had something to do with that.
That is not. No, that was what he was doing. I think that because he
was hurt early.
Yes, because he was hurt.
Okay,
early.
but so
don't forget, you picked Brian Norman, Devin. Don't let him off the hook.
Yes, for
I did.
sure.
That's
he
true.
Did
I absolutely did. And I saw the way you looked against Ramirez. Of course I was going to pick.
But not only you, a lot more other people. I was an underdog.
But I wouldn't have picked him had it been you before the Ramirez fight. Once I saw the Ramirez fight,
maybe I just tricked you guys.
Yeah, maybe you did. Maybe you wanted that Norman fight.
No, so maybe I just bet on myself.
Okay. Oh, I see. So the reason that's all prologue. This is what I want to say about the Rolly fight. So here would be my thought about you and Rolly. Rolly is a really dangerous puncher. He is not in your class. Rolly, I keep calling him Rolly.
Rolly. Who cares?
I have something wrong in my brain when it comes to names. Something's missing. But he's not in your class, and you should outbox him. Now, I can picture a situation where it's the second half of the fight, you're way up, he's awkward, he's throwing bricks, and so there are clinches, whoever initiates it, but you guys wind up, and then after the fight, I'm critical. On the other hand, I could also see you, like a fight, you're in this situation going, I'm not gonna sit on the lead, I'm gonna keep, and then he catches you, and that's something stupid, so it puts you in a no-win position
exactly,
in a way.
And you could have said that. If that would have happened in a Norman fight, they would have said, "Well, he was up. Why didn't he just coast to a victory?" And if I would have got hurt in the last round, not even got knocked out, just got hurt, they would have said, "Oh, well, he should have kept doing what he was doing." Isn't
there a third option, which is where I really think the best of the best reside? I think you're in the top 10 pound for pound, but I have Shakur like 2 right now. Okay, and the reason I say that is there's a third option, which is you dominate the first half and you don't stop dominating. It just gets worse and worse for the other guy.
So since we're talking about
even if it involves risk,
do you think that Shakur could have stepped on the gas against Tio?
Maybe he could have gotten him out of there. Maybe, yeah.
But did he?
I would, but it didn't fall off. You're right. It didn't go up, but it never fell off.
I think that Tio was more ready to be stopped and ready to give up than Norman was.
Interesting. Guys, the floor is yours. I know I've been monopolizing.
Devin's never, Matt, you would never monopolize
I want to talk to Devin. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Look, I think, Devin, and you're like Floyd Mayweather in the sense that I feel like there's so many fights I watch, and with Mayweather it was Miguel Cotto, it was Marquez. With you, it's Prograis, it's Jose Ramirez, where we feel like you can score the stoppage if you step on it. Same with Mayweather. So obviously, you have to be held in high esteem to even have that kind of criticism.
Yeah, for sure.
But you did box beautifully against all these guys.
Then again, how many fights did we see where Floyd was the underdog?
Never?
No, he's never the underdog.
Yeah.
So that was a fight that I was an underdog in. That a lot of people picked me to lose. Yeah. It doesn't matter. They still picked me to lose.
But I'm the biggest Pernell Whitaker fan in the world. I'm mad that we stuck him back there. And Pernell rarely knocked guys out.
And like I'm saying, Shakur,
he kept boxing their, beating their brakes off all fight, just not stopping them all.
And like I'm saying, Shakur, and not to be just, so critical of Shakur, but I'm just speaking as an example that Shakur wasn't an underdog in the Teal fight. He was a favorite, a big favorite.
Right.
He was.
But that's partly because how does Shakur get to be an underdog? He's performed at a level where people don't believe he can be. Like, who's he going to be the underdog against? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for
You
sure.
came off it wasn't even the Ryan fight, to tell you the truth. It's not fair to you that the other guy doesn't make weight and the other guy gets called PEDs, and Ryan has sat in that chair and he's our guy. But that's the truth. It's the Ramirez fight for me.
For sure.
Based on that fight, I'm like, that's what happened.
Yeah, I fought Ramirez away. I fought Norman away. I fight Rolly away. I fought Lomachenko away. I don't fight everyone the same. And that just is what it is.
Let's be
The
real.
man's got some good wins. There's no two ways about it.
But let's be real. In defense of Devin, there's many fights where Shakur did, sat on a lead. Nakathila, Harutnanian, I'm pulling a max. I don't know how to say that guy's name, the Armenian. There's been a couple of fights.
Yes.
Where
You're
he has
talking
really
about Stevenson?
Yeah, I mean, not just
Artem
running.
Harutnanian.
You're right.
Yeah.
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 Now, he didn't look
I
great in
cannot
that
deny
fight.
that.
De Los Santos, was one of the worst fights I've ever
De Los
seen.
Santos pretty good, though.
He didn't look
Yeah, he
great in
is,
that
yeah.
fight.
Yeah, Del Santos is a good fighter, yeah. All right, guys. I
Wait,
guess
have we seen has De Los Santos fought since Shakur?
Yeah, De Los
fine.
Santos knocked out.
I don't
After
think he
Shakur-
has.
No, that's been a
Because he was
minute.
supposed to fight Keyshawn Davis last
That's right.
summer before
It's been
Keyshawn
a
went on
minute.
his rampage.
Ooh, that's a good pull.
So how good can we say he really is? I'm not saying that. I don't know. Have you-
because
have
Yeah,
you
that's what
seen
Max
him-
says. He has twitchies.
Yeah, and we've
Yeah.
seen him beat we've seen him beat good fighters.
Is he more
He
twitchy?
beat- He stopped Valenzuela
Is
when
he more
Valenzuela
twitchy than
was.
Brian Norman?
Is he?
Who's a better fighter? Who would you say?
Maybe
close.
De Los Santos, to tell you
Get
the
the
truth.
fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh, we got someone cursing in the fourth chair now, Max. It's not that chair.
I'm taking Chris
It's that chair,
Ariola's
Max.
Yeah, Areola, but I expect more. Devin Haney. Everyone likes Devin Haney, very professional. Come on, let's go. All right, last week on the show, we discussed who would be the A side and the B side in a Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia rematch. Someone who's new to the welterweight division, Devin, Teofimo Lopez, weighed in on Twitter. Quote, just freaking fight. The best time for this fight to happen. But we're talking on who's the A side, B side. Clearly, the boxing business is elongating this in plain sight. Hashtag make boxing great again. Both world champions have a history in ring, unification in Ring Magazine on the line. And then at Inside Ring Show. What's your point of view, Devin?
Yeah, this is funny because when I seen that he said this, I said, isn't this the same guy that just fought Shakur and acted like he took a dive for Shakur to win? He was trying to I don't know. He was trying to put this perspective that he did what the people wanted him to do, was basically lose. I don't know if you guys seen that, but
I didn't see that quote.
you just see
But the important thing is he did not pull Deontay Wilder and accuse the other guy of cheating.
yeah,
That's the important thing.
yeah.
What? How did Deontay just catch a stray? We weren't on Deontay Wilder.
He deserves all the strays.
You see the problem?
He deserves all the strays.
Do you
yeah.
see the problem? This is why you're his only friend. You can never turn on this man. I'm going to be getting calls in the middle of the night. All right, guys, what do you think? What do you think about the A side, B side, Doug? We haven't gotten.
I don't think there is an A side, B side. I mean, listen, boxing is show business, and Ryan moves the needle in that way. He knows how to get attention. And I love Devin, but Devin's like me. He's a quiet guy. He's a polite dude. That doesn't move the needle in this day and age.
But this is,
I disagree. I think it does move the needle.
I'm not saying he doesn't move the needle at all, but in comparison to Ryan.
Ryan has 10 million social media followers.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's what he's saying.
so we're saying that I do that. I do agree that he has 10 million followers and that's good and all. But at the end of the day, Ryan messed up the first fight. He basically just trumped the whole fight with. He was acting like he was crazy.
Well, he put
was
it
doing
in
all this
jeopardy.
crazy
He made
stuff.
people think
I
that
don't know if
he
he's
wasn't
acting
going to
like
make it
he
to
was
the
crazy.
finish
Well,
line.
whatever the case may be, so can we really trust this guy that he won't do this again?
No, he's a loose cannon.
How do we know that?
We can't.
Look, a few
But-
things here. I remember you and I talking a few times, a few weeks before the fight. We didn't even know if the fight was happening, right?
Yeah.
And that was a lot of people didn't know if the fight was happening. People involved with the promotion. Devin was incredibly wagering,
that
too.
drives people crazy in boxing, the
Right.
boxing industry, obviously fans. But at the same time, when you're creating that kind of chaos, you're still calling attention to yourself.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's true.
You're
That's
still,
fair, Doug.
We're still
But that
talking about
punishes
Ryan.
fighters
Will
like
he or won't
that
he?
punishes fighters like Devin who
It
just
does.
go about their business, behave professionally,
Right.
fight really well, and don't make a lot of
Listen, in
controversy.
terms of accomplishments, Devin is the A side.
No question
Okay,
there.
but We're
I think
talking
it's an
about
open
putting on an event.
I think it's an open question, though. Like I don't think there is a clear answer because he is perceived, I think, correctly. If you said, who's the #1 welterweight in the world?
Devin.
It's Devin Haney. And it's not like he's not a star, and it's not like they didn't already fight. And, now Ryan gets the win, but then has to vacate the win because he was caught with PEDs, right? Like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
If Terrence Crawford was to fight any star, let's just say we can name an actor, we can name an athlete, whoever the case may be, who's going to be the A side in boxing? If they did a
Terrence
boxing.
Crawford.
Terrence Crawford.
Not against Canelo Alvarez.
Why? Well,
Well, he wasn't the first
No,
time.
he would be the second time, yes.
Because he won.
yeah. So, like I'm saying, what are we going off followers or are we going off accolades? I mean, it depends how you want to put it.
Well, that's why I said I don't think there is an A side or B side. You guys kind of balance each other out.
Well, so what do you do?
And
Someone's
you're
name
also
comes
the
on this
biggest
side of
fight
the
out there
poster,
for
but
Ryan.
someone else enters first. Like, how do you? So in the end, there is an A side.
You know what I think the reality is?
Ryan messaged me about an A side, B side. He just randomly messaged me. I said, Ryan, let's try to make this fight happen, whatever the case. And he messaged me something saying about, well, I hope you know that I'm the A side. I'm like,
You know what I say?
Isn't that just negotiating,
yeah,
though?
I don't
Aren't
even
you
know
guys-
how it even came up.
I say, who cares? I say in this day and age that you need 2 A sides to have a super fight. This is no longer where you can have Floyd Mayweather fighting whoever and it's a mega pay-per-view. Those days are gone, right, Max?
I agree, but I think in the end there is an A side.
Well, sure, someone has to
Ali
be
and
on the left
Frazier were
side.
both really big. Ali was the A side, right? Like Mayweather, Pacquiao were both really big. Floyd was the A side. Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler both really big. Sugar Ray was the A side. It just is what it is.
Hey.
You got to choose.
There's ways
it's
to get
usually
around
the
it.
guy
though.
who's more showbiz is the A side, though.
But there are ways to get around it.
Not if he's not considered the guy, though. If he's
agree.
not considered
agree.
the guy, I think it's a real good question, and I just think it's a negotiating thing, really. It's at the stage where you have to negotiate that. What's that worth to one side or another, right?
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's it. See that? I got him to agree right away.
There you go.
For those watching on YouTube, head over to DAZN to catch the rest of the show. Coming up, Jai Opetaia becomes the first ever Zuffa boxing champion. This is Inside the Ring.